How's everybody doing? How are you doing? How is it going? I keep hearing about people needing to reset their nervous system. Duh. I'm not trying to be funny enough. But truthfully, look at what has happened to us. We have been short circuited by information, color, flashing lights, ticker tapes, screens within screens. This is what we've subjected ourselves to. And for those of you who now have the Google Lens, now you're walking around with the information just going into your brain. Imagine that. Consider for a moment that you have spent 3 hours with that. Now imagine 10 hours of that. Imagine that you've been sitting in front of the television watching CNN all day. Imagine that the Bloomberg report is playing on the monitor in your office, and every opportunity that you get to look up from one barrage of data and information going into your brain, you look up and now you're getting other kinds of data going into your brain. Your brain, it's a massive piece of meat, but it's a delicate instrument. And for anyone who has ever experienced an anxiety attack, you understand how delicate the brain can be. Anybody who has suffered a stroke knows how delicate the brain is. Anybody who has been tipped over the edge understands how delicate the brain is. And any fifth grade science student can tell you what happens with the brain physiologically, biologically, what the brain does and how it works. So for those of you who skipped it in fifth grade, not biology, science is like basic science. Certainly by the time you hit your first biology class in high school or junior high school or wherever y'all have now, middle school, certainly by then, you know what happens to the brain. And so those people, I'm going to say those people, people always walking around talking about those people. I've heard it a lot myself. Oh, why you be around those people? Well, those people. But now I'm really talking about those people. So those people, they know. They have access. They have the money to pay the best scientists that Harvard ever spit out of its mouth, out of its heart. Okay? Yeah. So they know. They know. Yes, it's deliberate. It's a deliberate act. But that's okay. We're not going to worry so much about that today. What we're going to do is look to finding solutions, finding ways out. Okay. For those of you who are having system overload, and there's a spectrum. You want to talk about a spectrum? There's going to be a spectrum of nervous system breakdowns and overload signals letting us know that this is what is happening. The first one is going to be twitches. It's probably going to be nervous twitches. Your nervous system is beginning to react and act up. Some of you think you're going to have Tourette's. Some of you think you are about to have a stroke. Some of you are feeling tingles in your arm, in certain specific places on your body, repeatedly, like when it's repeated, the same thing over and over and over and over again. Could be a burning sensation, could be a tingle, could be an itch, Whatever it is, it's in the same place at the same time, and no manner of whatever it is you're going to do is actually going to stop it. That's a sign, a symbol, synchronicity is off, okay? For some of us, and I'm saying us because I have experienced it as well, because I have been in the belly of the beast, working for software companies and things like that, where you are looking at data all day long, all day long, all day long. I try not to watch too much television, but it's there. You know, your family watches it, whatever. I'm not a non-television purist, or you know what I'm saying. You can watch, do what you need to do, but you have to really give your brain a break. You have to give your brain a break. Meditation is key. Meditation can bring you very quickly and very succinctly back to center. It can help alleviate some of that extra stuff that you've been hit with. So, it is not a death sentence. What I have learned from working with this kind of energy, and I work with this energy through Reiki, and also repatterning behavior repatterning. So you got to change your behavior. You have to stop putting yourself in front of the screen. Some of you are like, yeah, but I work and this is my job. And it's like, you're going to have to make a decision about whether or not you're going to take care of yourself, or you're going to take care of the people who are doing this to you. So you're going to have to make a decision about that. And it's going to be a hard line decision. And yes, it's going to be difficult. It might be for some of you. For some of you, it might not be so bad if you can parlay your situation out, but you need to parlay out. Or you can join the ranks of those who didn't know any better and continue to absorb themselves and end up with some of these very problems that I'm speaking about. But there is a way beyond it. And I was saying, I kind of lost my train of thought, but what I was saying was, what I found is that when you apply these techniques, meditation, Reiki, and distancing yourself from the stimulus, right, the effects happen pretty quickly, you know. So in other words, it's not permanent. It doesn't have to be a permanent effect, but you do need to jump on top of it. You do need to jump on top of it. So let's talk a little bit about the nervous system resets on a one-on-one. So if you know that you're having this experience, then it would be best to do a one-on-one, because like I said, some of these things are going to behave differently, you know, because everybody is not wired up exactly the same way. So, and it also depends on the type of stimulus that you've been exposed to over time. But we can get past this point, people. We're not going to break down and act like we don't know who we are. We do recognize that we have access, and that access should be utilized. If there is something that you can do, meditate, pray, tap in, whichever ways you tap in, then do that. Don't be remiss in doing that. Don't be remiss in doing that. Okay. This is where we are. This is what's going on. This is a way for us to do. I'm sorry. You know, this is theater right here, one-on-one. My TV is cutting on, but I keep cutting it off and then it comes back on. I didn't cut it off. I just, you know, I don't know. I haven't been in front of the TV a whole lot, but it is there. I told somebody, don't hand me a remote, because I don't know what to do with it. Most of the time, I'll be sitting up there looking and looking and looking. You could have already grabbed the remote, change channel. I don't do a whole lot of that, and for good reason, because we are talking about that reason right now. So check in with me. Let me know what the need is. Um, there's a couple of things I've got to do to get you guys tapped back in, but just send me a message on the YouTube line. Send me a message there, and then we'll figure out how to connect after that. Okay. I will be doing some readings. I haven't been told yet what those readings need to entail. As far as if it's going to be per zodiac or per element or whatever, I'm still waiting to hear that. I am very conscious right now about doing what it is that I am hearing that I need to do, and not just doing something what I think I need to do, because that doesn't work very well. That doesn't work very well at all. Okay. I think that's everything that I need to say right now. I am going to start the reading, but I'm going to stop this video and go to the next video. You know how we do. Have a good day and have a fabulous life.